Nsem-Pii TV near.
Because this is not the first time we are seeing some of these, temporary cosmetic artificial so-called stability.
Yo, Busia for him, Aquaba in Nsem-Pii TV. So, Sammy Gyamfi, and why then what shall CSA or Kasa ama DNDC and the party. Now, Juma Mudiashan and Sanse, Uncle Nonko face Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Now, there one to say 10 other candidates need dinner for the new patriotic party, but they decided say obe focus on Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. One, because Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Two, Omohuni say he is the biggest threat to John Dramani Mahama in the campaign. And now or kasa normally to say they will kasa with other interviewers. But I hate to say we they want prepare for this particular journalist. Bernard Avle, CEO, General Manager of City FM, and also one of the most intelligent journalists in having this country. Into questions na no business and baby crap na I train between Bernard Avle and Sammy Gyamfi. You share Dennis Miracles about just say Sammy Gyamfi ni pebi a wakasa wagana ha kasa obi anya den en challenge no nche no na ye start say all the factor Kotia Sammy Gyamfi nsema all can start say about, but where a fact be a Sammy Gyamfi decided so be can Bernard Avle say no ntimi njina ho Emma Sammy Gyamfi enye de enkikasa asem no wa ha say one also can about the economy na nye in December na afi the one of the best in the world in January there and then ehu esu eni mfaso na Bernard Avle busan say what kind of logic is that? Yes, Emre. You could see Bernard Avle and Sammy Gyamfi in Sema or Moka the time and not all challenging the performance of Ghana's economy during Dr. Mahmoud Baumia's chairmanship of the economic management team.
It is important for us to talk about the exchange rates because it is one of the things the MPP see that all the things I'm talking about are concerns which have been raised by the world.
Let's move to health. Let's move to health.
Before we go to health, it is important for us to talk about the exchange rates because it is one of the things the MPP touted when they were in opposition.
Yeah.
But when they have told us that when the fundamentals of the economy are weak, the exchange rate will do what? Will expose you.
Okay.
Today, he is in charge of the management of the economy. The CD, we know, depreciated by 9% in 2016. Bernard, your viewers deserve to know that under the all-knowing Bawumia, the all-knowing President Akufo-Addo, the CD depreciated by 13% in 2019, making it the worst performing currency against the dollar in the world.
That was in December.
Yes, as of December.
But as we speak now, they say it's the best performing against the dollar.
Because, only last week. Asia is a major trade partner.
Seriously.
37% of our imports come from Asia. So as a result of the corona outbreak, if businessmen are no longer importing from there, and that has lessened pressure on our city, you think this is something we should be celebrating?
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm very serious.
So you think that you believe what they said in December, but I don't believe what they say in January.
But I'm trying to tell you that the reason why we are seeing some stability is not because of any economic.
So which theory are you using to justify that it's coronavirus?
You are an economist.
So aren't other currencies, they said the cedi is the best performing against the dollar, aren't other countries benefiting from the dollar slump? Why is only Ghana cedi? What kind of logic is that?
37% of our imports comes from China, from Asia, and China is the doorway.
And how different is that from Senegal or Nigeria? So why is the cedi the only currency that's appreciated against the dollar?
I am telling you talking about that we are okay. So tell me one single intervention which is
I don't know, but that's not for me to answer. I'm saying that the reason
like you cannot tell me of any single intervention which is leading to this so-called stability.
Excuse me, the president has already spoken about import reduction. I'm not here to defend the president. You are saying that in December last year, our city was the worst performing, and I said no problem. In January, February, they are saying the city is the best performing, and I say it's because of coronavirus. And I'm asking you, is Ghana the only country benefiting from the coronavirus?
You see?
And are we the only country that is exposed to China in the region?
No, we are not. But our level of exposure is one of the biggest in the world. You are talking about 37% of our import share coming from Asia. And you know, any student of economics know that some of these things have a bearing on the figures. If we are not importing, if businessmen are not going to China like they do, they are not importing from there, obviously pressure on the Ghana cedi will go down, and you will begin to see some stability. You can choose to celebrate that, like government is doing. But very soon they will see their smoothness level, because this is not the first time we are seeing some of these, temporary, cosmetic, artificial, so-called stability. This is not the first time. Let's move.
One of the most problematic areas for the NDC in John Dramani Mahama. It is Dumso. Now, Enona Abu Jinapo, one of the former ministers, in terms of energy, decided to defend former President John Dramani Mahama. Talking about the Nsem-Pii World Bank Director and about the NDC's performance regarding Dumso. And ECG boss, Mr. Mahama said, or one Simbika Efahon, na ma Abujinapo and your politics with such problem now, Omuja Emma Ghana for Yankunikuti.
Honorable, you gave me some advice, and on Newsfile I said something. Anyone who tries to play politics with this is a national issue, and you cannot compare AXA second to the old, what do you call it, PPAs. I do agree there's a 40% take or pay in there, but you cannot compare 100% take or pay to 40% take or pay. They are not the same, Honorable. God asked me. Now let me land. I kept quiet.
Wait, I'm not saying I want.
Now let's take car power. Let's take car power. Honorable, I believe strongly you have their invoice, you know their invoices and their bills. So
I have the whole agreement here.
Don't worry. It's not 100% because I know how much they would invoice on a monthly basis. So let's take car power as a monthly invoice. Honorable, have you seen one of car power's monthly invoices before?
Everything here.
So how much is car power's monthly invoice? $29 million.
What is wrong with that?
No, pause.
What is wrong with that?
$29 million. The take or pay component of it is what? $17.5 million.
That cannot be. You are misreading it.
No. The idle capacity component of that is $8 million.
Mr. Jilapo,
I kept quiet.
Mr. Jilapo, I'll come back to you so that we can try and find some middle ground.
To be honest, you can never compare 100% take or pay to 40% take or pay.
So 17.5 million is what?
Is the take or pay component of car power.
Then whether you use it or not.
That's 17. Amandi, Twin City.
This is a monthly.
Amandi, Twin City. Total month 15.5. Take or pay component is what? $9 million. AXA, 9.5 million. Take or pay is 4.7. Zero idle capacity, 0 millions in idle capacity. Car power has $8 million monthly in idle capacity. Amandi has $6 million in idle capacity. Now let's take Nsem-Pii. $23 million monthly. 15.1 million is what? Take or pay. You have idle capacity of 7 million. My brother, how do we start solving such a problem if we don't take a holistic look? That's why I keep saying, let's not drop the ball at anybody's doorstep, but it should be a national decision. Because if you start pointing fingers, what you're actually doing is empowering the next person not to even negotiate. So why don't we all just sit down? Honorable, I must don't throw away from you. Why don't we all just sit down? Say, let's take each one by one. Sam, let's look at what we can do about this. Have you spoken to them about this? That is how we build a nation.
So why are you?
That is how we fix a problem.
Why are you in doing that?
That is the approach I took with each and every one of them.
And why are you in reach agreement with each?
That is how come we had an idea of what a monthly figure should be. Because yes,
for each of them.
For each and every one of them. Because listen, you cannot say there's zero capacity charge. No. But what we are saying is that excess capacity and idle capacity charge should not come in. But rather the capacity charge that you use to generate the specific energy that you asked for. So let's say so that would be
You are paying them for the cost of production?
the cost of energy.
For the cost of energy.
Yeah, so that would be the fuel, the capacity used to produce whatever energy you took from them. You understand? That makes it much more realistic because per the grid impact assessment we had now, by 4 years' time, we have to double our capacity again. We have to start planning ahead. So all of these plants here, we cannot afford to lose any of them now. We have to build on top of them. We cannot build on top of them in isolation. It has to be a concerted effort. So I'm glad he said in his submission that it went to Parliament. Maybe at that point we thought we all could do it. But to be very honest with you, now it's not sustainable. So it's and to be fair to Mr. Mantia, I would rather go to speaking about ECG, what we are trying to do, the steps we are about to take, and to close the gap. I'm not listening to that. You know he was a board member of ECG.
And the point of that is?
So he knows what we are going through as a company. So that's how we all grow together. You've been there, you know the problem. Let's all stick together. Let's find the solution at the base. If it is not done right, then we can flog the horse.
Let me ask you, so as far as renegotiating, just a second, I'll come to you briefly because I still need to get the others in. I'll come to you. Don't worry about that. Very quickly. So on the solutions, I hear you say you're convinced renegotiating the contract is such an important part of solving this long term.
I am telling you,
or possibly even the only solution.
Yeah, look.
Not the only solution.
Look at the bills. Look at the bills involved. So you are not even talking. There's fuel charges.
It comes back to, so you've said are all the IPPs now agreed to your proposals in terms of the?
I keep saying it and I keep praising Sonana Sogli. They have a take or pay. They've never charged us take or pay. They deal with us on a take and pay agreement. I do agree. Some of the finances of these things are very expensive.
Yeah.
So some of these terms are there. But you know, again, the reason why I'm saying it's a national issue is before the company started, they needed some guarantees. Maybe you gave them a GCSA, you gave them a PCOA. But they are all now living animals.
Well, when do you hope to conclude? Because this renegotiation conversation has been going on for years now. When do you hope to conclude them?
We have to sit with them. So that's why now.
Yeah, but that's been happening for at least 4 years now.
Pause. Now the conversation is Ministry of Finance, ECG, what are you seeing? How do you understand this? Every single one and the conversation we've had with them. Car Power has how many more years left on his PPA? You understand? It hasn't been renegotiated. So we are in a good place to have a chat. Do you still want to stay or you want to go? If you want to stay, let's look at it. What are the things that could be done to make sure that it comes to a tariff that is what? Comfortable for Ghana?
Mr. Junapo, because I have to bring others in, let me give you a quick 2 minutes, and then I'll bring in Dr. Matia and Eloquim.
First of all, this is the official document from the minister. It says that 150 million for settling of long overdue debt to Car Power for electricity generation, not capacity. Electricity generation. 50 million to Lestasco for fuel supply to AXA. If the plant is idle and is not running, it won't consume $50 million of fuel for only 2021. 100 million to Lestasco for fuel supply to Car Power. So this your issues that you are bringing is a complete misunderstanding of the whole sector. Finally, Evans, we had a 5-year capital recovery for AXA, 100%. You yourself say 100%. What it means is that by the 5 years, they would have recovered the cost of investment. And so, having recovered the cost of investment, you go to give them a capital recovery again of 40%. And you sit on live TV and say that is the best.
Let me correct it.
Where is it coming from?
Let me correct it.
They were paying 40% capacity for a plant that has been fully amortized.
Let me correct it. It's not fully amortized.
But you see, finally, just before, because I think Dr. Nko also want to make a point. The point I was making was simple. That even in the power sector, whether you like it or not, it will be an element of capital recovery. That is all I was making. So that you don't make it look like if under one administration, the contract has an element of capital recovery, it is bad. Because now there's evidence to suggest that all the administrations, whether you like it or not, there will be an element of capital recovery. That's all what I was trying to do, and not to engage in what you call politics. Far from that.
Let me finish this.
Okay, so let me get Alec Plem's take then, and I'll come to you. Let me get Alec.
Let me land this point also to go
on which specific
on
point?
the capital recovery thing that he's talking about.
What does the agreement say?
Look, AXA's engines when they came to Ghana was HFO. They have retrofitted those engines to gas. Who's going to pay for that?
So you agree with me?
No, I've never, listen, that's what I said. 40% take or pay cannot be the same as 100. Honorable, can you let me speak?
Okay, very briefly, because I need to hear Alec Plem.
Honorable, let me speak.
So your retort to his...
My retort to him is this intellectual dishonesty must stop at some point for us to find...
But he said he agreed.